Holy cow. So, what I'm going to do today is, I know, right? It looks like I'm in the sand dunes or something. Driveway still needs to settle for another couple of weeks. Anyway, so we finally found that, well, at least not found, but realized that there's a fuel leak from the carburetor, which was the reason why this guy gave it up in the first place, right? So I found out that the crankcase is mixed with gas. So basically the carburetor needle wasn't seating properly, so if the fuel shutoff is not on, which I didn't keep it on, right, gas just continuously flows into the crankcase. So now the oil needs to be drained along with all the gas in it, right? I'm going to fill up with fresh oil, and then I'm going to take apart the carburetor and see if I can address why the needle is not seating in the carburetor, which is causing the leak. I don't have an extra one, I don't think. Needle is what I'm saying. So I ordered a new carburetor. It was only $14. It's you know, it's a copy, you know, but they seem to work for me. Kohler commands, they're infamous for leaky carbs, so that's why they sell them so much. Anyway, so I'm going to drain the Earl. So the Earl reservoir is over here, and it's a 13/16 wrench. I've put a thing on the bottom. It's kind of weird how it's curved like that, you know? Bad design, because right underneath it is like the axle to this thing and the pulleys. So I have a feeling it's going to be really messy down there. So I have this like little pan under there along with a floor mat so that my new driveway won't get inundated with Earl and gas. I'm just going to have to drop this net in there. So you know what? It still feels like it's oil, not so much gas. It smells like a little gas, but I don't think it's that bad. So now I'm a little perplexed as to the leakage. Definitely going to take apart the carburetor anyway, just to see what the story is, you know? While that's dripping, I'm going to slowly take apart this carburetor. I wanted to do it outside. It's not tremendously hot. I mean, it's hot, you know, but you know, I could use some vitamin D, and also bright light makes for good-looking videos. You know, the lighting is all about. The lighting is very important when you're videoing, picture taking, photography, all that. It's all about the lighting, you know. So with it outdoors, you got the natural light, the red contrast. Makes for a pleasant viewing. Whereas, you know, if it's dark, it's all grainy and stuff. Doesn't look good. So it's removal of these two bolts here. Oh, by the way, I also changed the fuel filter. That had that atomic bomb looking thing, you know, with the clear, with the filter in there. Those are for fuel pump fuel delivery systems. With gravity feeds, you need this kind of fuel filter. So inclines and declines, the fuel isn't hindered by a paper filter. This is just a metal mesh filter on the inside, so the fuel free flows. So it doesn't matter if it's on an incline or a decline, it won't hinder the speed of the fuel delivery. Whereas the fuel pump, since it's generated by a pulse, it sucks at a constant rate, regardless of incline or decline. Following? At least that's my theory. It's a hose clamp here that's holding the fuel line. As you can see, I pinched it off. But Henry, don't you have a fuel shutoff? I said, yes, but I'm always confused as to whether or not it's on or off, you know? And with that pincher there, you just know. Alright, so the fuel line is disconnected. because this is a Kohler engine, this is probably a Walbro carburetor. Uses 10mm bolts or nuts. You're a nut. I have to remember how that goes. Put this upside down, put that in there. Should be a breather hose underneath there. And there it is. And of course it has a, that's right, clamp. Hose clamp. So it's easier if I move it from here. The front part. Easy. This comes off just like that. A little dirty, but it doesn't look too bad. Let me get you closer. And it just slides over here. See, the gasket wants to go with it. I'm just going to push a little. There we go. Gasket still looks good. I'm going to pull this out like that. It's a bend over here. And then there's a bend over here. And that's it. So let me just put this back over there, and this over here. So we know that that goes there, and this goes there. So now I'm going to take this bowl off and check out the story. In the meantime, it has pretty much stopped dripping. However, check this out. Oh, Jesus, I'm going to make a mess, I know it. Yep, I'm starting to make a mess already. Uh-oh. 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 Anyway, for this to stop dripping, got the nut here. I'm going to put the nut back on. I couldn't have made it any more difficult, I swear. Put this nut on. Curve, sides of the holes in the way. You've got to be a contortionist to do this. Oh, Jesus H. Christ. By the way, what does the H stand for? I'm not much of a religious man. Messy, man, messy. I'm gonna have to put it in a jug or something. Here's a jug. Man, what are the chances that I'm not gonna make a mess? I've already made a mess. Here we go. Oh, Christ. Look what you did! How's this gonna settle right? I'm like, what do you want me to do? Anyway, so I took some, these old Tecumseh gaskets, right, off of my thousands of Tecumseh carburetors that leak, thousands. So somebody told me just roll them in some Earl, used Earl. This has gas in it too, so it's cool. And I'm just gonna soak these gaskets for a while because they said that you can reuse them. And I always need gaskets for the Tecumseh carburetors. They never fit right. I'm going to figure out a way to make this clean later. tightening the reservoir. Now I'm going to put 1.2 quarts of Earl. I just happen to have exactly 1.2 quarts of Earl. This is a partial from another operation. I'm going to put some premium Earl from my friends at Lucas Oil Products. I'm going to put this whole jug in. That's 1 quart, because I know it takes at least 1 quart. Earl. Earl. Oh, I'm so thirsty. Oh, Earl. Okay, I'm going to let it settle for a bit, and I'll check the levels. If it's still a little low, I'll put the rest of that in. Giving the old carburetor a little bit of a brushy brush, because I don't want to open the bowl and have a ton of crap going in, because it's just more trouble for me to have to clean it again, you know. So just, you know, brush it off a little bit. And then I'll get a 1/2-inch wrench and we'll open up this carburetor and check out the condition. A. This is just a nut, not a jet nut. Pretty clean. Some debris, but pretty clean. Well, we know it runs, so that's why it's clean. The issue is the needle. There's the pin, comes right out easily. The float and the needle. Shake the float, no water or gas in it, so we know that's a good float. And I'm just going to inspect the needle. Ah, there we go. This is the problem. I'm going to try to focus for you. There's the needle. You see how it like is sort of off? And it's got some kind of a red thingamajig on the thing there. It's dirty and it's off the needle. It's twisted. Not twisted, but it's like at an angle, you know? I'm going to try to fix that. Multi-purpose parts cleaner and degreaser from my friends at Lucas Oil. It's relatively clean though. I sprayed some on the tip of the needle, you know, that rubber part. Cleaned it up pretty nicely. Let's see if I can, you know, find a another Kohler needle that I might have. If I could find it. Yeah, there we go. So it's now orange again. The rubber tip was orange and it had black stuff on it. So I sprayed some of this parts and degreaser cleaner from Lucas Oil onto it. So now it looks pretty good, and it's now level again. I don't know if that's good enough though. I think I might still have problems with it. I'm going to see if I have another needle. If not, like I said, I ordered a new one. It started raining, can you believe it? Just for a little bit, so I just be safe. I brought everything back in again. I hate the rain. Spraying some of this stuff into the fuel input where the needle seats, just to clean it out, and then getting my torch tip cleaners with the bristles and just cleaning the side walls of the canal, because the needle has to go and slide in and out easily. Sliding in and out of the canal easily. Gotta lube the canal, fellas, so it could go in and out easily. While I'm here, I'm going to blow out the emulsion. We know it's already clean because it runs just fine. But as long as you have it out, clean it up some more. I also brushed off the sides here. Had a lot of crap there, you know, oil, gas, dried debris. So that's pretty good. Just need the needle. So I had another Kohler carburetor from a while back, and while the tip is a little better than mine, right, it's not really in good conditions because it's all scratched up and stuff. This part has to be nice and intact to get a, you know, a good in and out instead of wobbly in and out, you know. So while the tip is better than this tip, right, I'm not going to use it because it has side marks on it. I'm just going to put this back in and see if it leaks. You know what? I might have another one. Actually, I have two more. I just can't get these mixed up with the one that I was using. This is the one that I was using. This is... Let's just check out the needles on these. Alright, this is not a Kohler. It looks like it, but it's not. The needle looks different. Looks just like a Kohler, but the needle's different, so we can't use that. This is also a Walboro, that's why. See? Green. Okay. Huh. This is a Kohler. Odd. Hey, maybe I could use that needle. Because that needle looked different, but apparently it fits, right? That's interesting. You know why? Because that one has a rubber seat in it, not the metal seat, so I can't use it. Hey, today we just found something out. They make the rubber seat kind and the metal seat kind too. So I can't use that. If it has a rubber seat, then you can use this. If it doesn't have a rubber seat, then you can't use it. Let's try this one here. Ugh. This one is in disarray. Yep, that one's no good. Look. The needle's fused in there. Alright, so this is trash. But I keep it anyway, you know. Because you just never know. Maybe I'll need the bowl someday or something. So, I'm SOL. I'm going to have to just put the original one back in there, because I did fix it a little, right? Cleaned it up. blew it out. It's now kind of level. Definitely way level than before, you know. So I'm just going to put this back in. And if this doesn't work, I'll just wait for my new carburetor to come. Not that the new carburetors are foolproof either, you know. I once bought a copied Kohler carburetor for $15, and it leaked. The second I got it, it leaked. But just emailed the guy on eBay. I says, "Hey, bro, carburetor leaks, man. No good. No good." He's like, "Oh, sorry. I'll refund you. Keep it." So I kept it, and he refunded me. So no loss. Well, I mean, other than time, you know. But he took a bigger loss. Not that he probably lost that much either, you know. But he had to spend shipping. He had to give me the product. He had to package it. He had to mail it. Right? He had to go through all that trouble to make his $2 to $3 profit per carburetor. And me, I wasted a week, right? But I did get a carburetor for parts and no loss. I didn't lose any money. He refunded me. So that's why I like to buy on eBay, because most of these guys are Chinese Americans that buy bulk from China, and they just sell it like hundreds of them at a time. And if they make $2 or $3 per carburetor, that's all they want. It's all about quantity. So trust me, those guys, they sell like every freaking type of carburetor there is that the Chinese make. They make $3 or $4 profit per carburetor. They sell them hundreds at a time. You know why I know? Because I'm just one guy and I've bought hundreds of them. And I know you guys have bought them too. Alright, well, it's pretty good, I guess. Here, let's see. You can blow, flip it upside down, and you can't blow. So maybe we fixed the seat, maybe we didn't. I'll put it back on now. Trying to give you guys a better view of things while I sit here shirtless. This is the choke. This is the throttle. I think. Gasket is still on there. Let's test it. Ready? Choke. This should work. This should move. There we go. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the choke right here, see? Push it all the way forward and it closes. Back to full throttle. That's not that good. I'm WD-40, that little right there. Better. WD-40 fixes everything. Safe to use, smells nice. Get ready, wait for it. You could drink WD-40. Eh? Put this on, connect this hose. This nut on. Put this bracket on. This nut on this bracket. Connect this fuel line. Nice. Tightening the hose clamp for the fuel line that goes to the carburetor. I'm going to keep this on here so I can see if there's gas building up in there. Okay, so I'm going to let go of the clamp now. Fuel should be free flowing into the carburetor. We get a flashlight and see if there's any fuel building up there. I see some moisture, you know, like gas is flowing. Not flowing, but I could see some gas. But it's not like coming out crazy, you know? So maybe that held. I don't feel any leaks or see any leaks. Fuel is flowing, I hope. So you know how I find out? I'm going to get my 1/2-inch wrench on the bottom, loosen the bowl nut just a little, and see if fuel comes out. If it does, then we know it's getting the fuel. That's 2 turns. Or 1/2 turn, I mean. Still don't. Aha! There we go. So this is. It is full of fuel. So when this fills up with fuel, it pushes the float up and pushes the needle up and stops the up the canal and stops the flow. And that's what it should just do, is stop the flow. So I think I fixed it. But either way, even if I didn't fix it, I have a new carburetor coming, but there's no guarantees that will work either. But so far so good. In the meantime, let's check the levels of this Earl. Product placement. Marketing 101. You guys are just staring at this bottle, having the logo and the product name engraved in your mind, that when you go to the store next time to buy Earl, you see the Lucas oil and you go, man, that's a little bit more expensive than I'm used to. However, quality product. You get what you pay for. That's where the phrase was coined. Yep, so it's at the ad line, or like they say in the Midwest, ad. The ad line. So I'm gonna put another bunch in here. I'm just gonna put the whole thing in here. Coolidge. This stuff is easy. Carburetor, oil change, that's easy. Wait till I tear apart that Powermore 420cc engine and see why it has no compression. That's taking apart an engine and changing the crankshaft and the connecting rods or something. That's hard. Not hard, but it's a pain in the ass. It's a little over full. It's fine. It's not the space shuttle. It's a lawnmower engine. Let's not overthink things, man. Earl. So, you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to start it up. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna. So let's do run on the switch. Choke. sounds awesome. No leaks. I'm gonna keep the air filter off, let it sit for a bit, and then check inside that area to see if I can see fuel rising. That means that it wasn't seating. But if I come check later and it's dry, it means that I probably fixed it. Runs great. Sounds awesome, man. This is a great mower, you know. I have it listed for too high though. I have it listed for $18.75. Took it down to 16 and still nobody's biting on it. Dry, man. Perfect. So far so good, man. No leaks. Possibly we fixed it. It's awesome. So maybe, I don't know, I'll eventually drop this to maybe $1,000. Somebody will buy it for $1,000, $1,200. What do you got? Did an oil change today. Kind of fixed the seat, I think, you know. Cleaned the carburetor again. Changed the fuel filter. That's it. But this thing's good. I put a tube in that tire, so that works. Welded some holes, a couple of holes on the mower deck. This thing's good to go. It's a nice mower, man. I don't really like it though because of the T-handle. But anyway, see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Hey guys, support my channel, buy a sticker. Also follow me on Instagram at Mowers Blowers. Check out my website, mowersblowers.com. See you guys on the next one.